Ah, rah. Um, there are some people who I've never met that I just sort of love for a lot of reasons. Floor Burn is one of them. I see star in Florida. And another is John X Army. I'm really starting to like this dude a lot. Okay. Do I agree with everything he says? Nah, because some of the stuff he talks about, it's just he's right from his perspective. I just see a different perspective. But I am including a link in the description from his latest video. Let me tell you something. He's talking about bricks that are being left on pallets in certain areas so that people will have bricks to use for these riots. That's a setup. He is absolutely right about that. That's a setup. Now, let me tell you something about what used to happen in certain states. Farrell from Chicago talks about pallets of guns being left in alleyways and things like that. For these young kids to find that to be able to do what they do on the streets and stuff like that, and he provided receipts for that. You need to know that that kind of stuff is has happened and is true. There's a video that he's included in this link that shows a pallet of bricks being left in front of a store, and some young kids with masks walking up to the pallet and recording themselves saying, "Yo, this is the setup." Like the young kids know that this is the setup, so that they can use bricks to break windows and stuff like that and riot. And so some of these kids aren't falling for this, but some of you are falling for this. And so I have to be another voice, not an important voice, but another voice. Maybe not even a voice, a whisper. For, don't fall for it. Don't fall for the trap. Let me tell you about this officer that had his neck on Floyd's neck in the latest video that you have all watched, that you were all pissed off about. This is the same officer from Sandy Hook. You need to look into that. That's fact. And the good news is, in the video that I'm providing, his face is there during the Sandy Hook incident. This is a setup. This is a setup so that you all react with your emotions so that they can justify bringing in these militaries and more cops and things of that such. Let me tell you something. As you get together in the streets and you are rioting and acting crazy like that, you're going to give them the excuse for a second wave of COVID. Now, COVID's a scam anyway. Okay, but you're going to give them the excuse to get on TV and say COVID has gotten started again because all these people got together and was rioting, and that action alone has spread COVID. And you're going to allow them to move in with their crap. You need to chill out. You need to fall back. You need to just work whatever jobs you can work at this point. I don't care if it's McDonald's. I get it. You got 2 degrees and you don't want to work a meaningless job. I get it. You just need to do what you need to do to survive. And if that means working part-time at McDonald's and part-time at Walgreens, you need to do that. Hell, that's what I'm doing. I got 2 degrees. You think, that these menial jobs that I'm doing that I'm not going to describe fit what I went to school for? It does not. I am just doing what I need to do at the moment to be able to feed myself and pay these monthly bills that we shouldn't have to pay anyway to live on this planet, but that's just the current state of things right now. You young people, fall back. It ain't time yet. It's not time yet. You're giving them the excuse to move in with their guns and things of that stuff. And this is not a fear-based presentation. I'm just telling you, you're being set up. You're being set up. That same cop that is over Floyd with his knee in his neck is the same cops from Sandy Hook. How is that possible? And he's on video. And it's in my description. How is that possible? Now, I do not seek to be acknowledged for anything. I don't. My spirit is just not going to allow me to be quiet while you all get set up. You will have the opportunity to have a different perspective. Now, if you look at this and you don't share it, that's on you. That's between you and, you know what I'm saying? And that's on you. That's you and your journey. You know, I know that I hate even my face being on the internet for things related to this or in general, but we just have to spiritually, you have to do what you contracted to do when you came into this plane. You're being set up. It is not a good idea. I mean, you choose that reality if you wish to experience that, but you do not have to do that. First off, you don't know Floyd. You don't. You don't. And if you knew, oh my gosh, if you knew what actually happens to you if you die, and believe it or not, you do know. And I don't want to make this video about that. That will be another video. If you actually knew what death was, you wouldn't be in the streets rioting any daggone way. Are you kidding me? My gosh. And it's too much information. Well, nobody's dead has ever come back. Miss me with that. Every time you go to sleep, you go where you go when you die. You fucking kidding me? And then you come back when you wake up the next morning. And when the only difference is when you die, you don't come back to that body. Astral projection, fourth, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh, ninth, different planes of density. Hint, seeds, look it up. A lot of information out there. You're in the age of information. You're in the year 2020 vision. Eyes are supposed to be opening. Third eye is supposed to be opening. Heart chakra is supposed to connect with the crown chakra. You're supposed to be utilizing both hemispheres of your brain. Good time for growth. Leave those pallets of bricks alone. Don't fall for that. Okay? In Atlanta, they've reinstituted a curfew thanks to you emotional fucktards that took to looting and things of that such. I'm telling you, I apologize for calling you emotional fucktards, but you are. You are mind control bots that are playing into their hands. Now, if you notice, a lot of the people who have been rioting aren't even from that state. The people that they arrested are not from that area. You cannot be that dumb. If you're going to do anything, and I hate to suggest anything, I get at those people that are coming in your neighborhoods, you know, destroying your neighborhoods. That's if I was going to get at anybody, I get at that. Or stay in the house. Take care of your family. You know what I mean? Get barefoot on the ground. Sun gaze. Whatever calms you down, whatever keeps you calm. You know, go to the beach. You know, put your feet in the water. Go before the sun rises. And sun gaze with your feet partially in the water on sand. When you see a pallet of bricks left by a building, pull out your phones, record it, and upload it. When you see, you know, police officers, and this is not a bash police officer vid, because I'm not doing that. Doing stuff that they ain't got no business doing, pull out your phone, record it, upload it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are going to be people with the Y disease that will dig into that officer until they find connections. And in this particular case, the officer with his knee on Floyd's neck is an officer that's been used in other situations as well. And we have video and pictures that prove this. And I'm linking that in the description. You are being set up. Don't participate in that. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night.